Tired of forgetting new words? Unlock your English vocabulary. Ever learned a new English word, only to forget it the very next day? Yeah, I've been there too. It's so frustrating, right? You open up your notebook and it's like staring at a wall of gibberish. But hey, you're not alone. Forgetting new words is a common problem, but the good news is it's totally solvable. Today, I'm going to show you simple strategies to learn new words faster and actually remember them longer. We're talking about practical techniques you can start using today to supercharge your vocabulary and finally feel confident using those awesome new words you've learned. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a powerful system you can use every single day to unlock your English vocabulary and speak with more fluency and confidence. Ready to dive in? Let's go. All right, let's kick things off with our first strategy, and trust me, this one's a game changer. The key to remembering new words is not just memorizing them in isolation, but actually using them, and using them right away. Think about it. When you learn a new word, it's like getting a shiny new tool. But what good is a tool if you just leave it in the toolbox? You've got to take it out, put it to work, and see what it can do. So whenever you learn a new word, immediately create 2 or 3 sentences using it. Don't just write any old sentences, though. Make them personal. The more relevant the sentences are to your life, your experiences, and your interests, the better your brain will remember them. For example, let's say you learn the word serene, which means calm and peaceful. You could say, I enjoy the serene mornings at the beach, or listening to classical music always makes me feel serene. See, you've taken the word, used it in a way that's meaningful to you, and boom, you're on your way to making it stick. Remember, the goal here is to create a strong connection in your mind between the word and its meaning, and the best way to do that is by actively using it in a context that resonates with you. So ditch the flashcards and start putting those new words to work. Now let's talk about how many times you actually need to encounter a new word before it truly sticks in your memory. You might be surprised to learn that it takes more than just a quick glance or a single encounter. Research suggests that you need to see or use a new word at least 5 times to really lock it into your long-term memory. But don't worry, I'm not talking about staring at flashcards for hours on end. There are actually some fun and engaging ways to get those 5 exposures. Here's a simple trick I call the 5 senses of vocabulary. First, read the word. Second, write it down, maybe in a sentence or a vocabulary notebook. Third, say it out loud. Hear how it sounds coming from your own mouth. Fourth, listen to it being used naturally in a podcast, a TV show, or a song. And finally, teach it to someone else. Each of these exposures strengthens the neural pathways associated with that word in your brain. It's like building a sturdy bridge to that vocabulary island. Let's face it, our brains are wired for connections. We're natural storytellers, and we remember things better when we can link them to something meaningful or memorable. That's where the power of word associations comes in. Instead of trying to memorize a word in isolation, try to create a vivid image, a funny story, or even a silly song that connects to the word's meaning. Trust me, the weirder and more outlandish, the better. For example, let's say you're trying to remember the word elated, which means extremely happy. You could imagine yourself jumping for joy because you just won a free trip to Hawaii. Picture yourself on that beach, sipping a coconut, and feeling totally elated. The more senses you can involve in your association, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, the stronger the connection will be. So get creative, have fun with it, and watch your vocabulary soar. Chapter 4, Outsmart Your Forgetfulness, Spaced Repetition to the Rescue. Okay, let's be real for a second. Trying to cram 50 new words into your brain in one night is like trying to stuff a giant suitcase full of clothes. It's messy, it's stressful, and it's probably not going to end well. Our brains simply don't work that way. We need time and repetition to move information from short-term memory to long-term storage. That's where the magic of spaced repetition comes in. Spaced repetition systems, or SRS for short, are like your personal vocabulary trainers. They use algorithms to track which words you're struggling with and then cleverly schedule those words to pop up for review just when you're about to forget them. It's like having a study buddy who knows exactly when you need a little nudge. There are some fantastic apps out there like Anki and Quizlet that are based on the principles of spaced repetition. The best part, you only need to dedicate 5 to 10 minutes a day to see a huge difference. Chapter 5. Word families, one word, multiple wins. Here's a little secret to maximize your vocabulary learning. Think in terms of word families. Instead of learning isolated words, try to learn groups of words that share a common root or stem. For example, let's take the word happy. From this one word, you can easily derive happiness, happily, unhappy, and so on. See how one word just magically multiplies? Learning in word families not only saves you time and effort, but it also helps you recognize patterns in English vocabulary. You start to see how Prefixes and suffixes can change the meaning of a word, and that's like unlocking a secret code to the language. So, next time you learn a new word, take a moment to think about its potential family members. You'll be amazed at how many words you can pick up just by understanding the root. Chapter 6. Read your way to a richer vocabulary. Alright, let's talk about one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to expand your vocabulary: reading. Reading exposes you to a wealth of new words and phrases in their natural habitat, which helps you understand how they're used in context. But here's the catch. Don't just passively read. Be an active reader. When you come across a new word, don't just skip over it. Highlight it, underline it, write it down, whatever works for you. Then take a moment to look up the definition and try to guess the meaning from the context. The more you do this, the better you'll become at deciphering unfamiliar words on your own. And don't be afraid to branch out and explore different genres. Read fiction, non-fiction, articles, blogs. The more diverse your reading material, the richer your vocabulary will become. Chapter 7. Challenge yourself. Make it a game. Last but not least, let's talk about the importance of making vocabulary learning a regular habit. Consistency is key, but it doesn't have to be boring. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to turn vocabulary learning into a game. Set yourself mini challenges throughout the day or week. For example, you could challenge yourself to learn 3 new words today and then try to use each word in a conversation. Or you could see how many new words you can find while reading an article or watching a TV show. You can even turn it into a friendly competition with a friend or classmate. The key is to make it fun, engaging, and something you look forward to doing. Remember, consistent practice, even in small doses, is far more effective than cramming. Outrow, keep growing, keep glowing. So there you have it, my friends. 7 powerful strategies to unlock your English vocabulary and make those new words stick. Remember, building a strong vocabulary takes time and effort, but it's an incredibly rewarding journey. Now it's your turn. Pick 1 new word today and use it in 3 different sentences. Drop your word and your best sentence in the comments below. I'd love to see what you come up with. And if you found these tips helpful, give this video a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more smart English learning strategies. See you in the next video. Keep growing and keep glowing.